Somewhere in the Indian Ocean, just another day in the life of a Navy sailor.
History stands testimony to the fact that powerful navies are a geopolitical necessity. Any country that aspires to exert influence in the world must necessarily have sound defense capability at sea. The Indian Navy is a professional, committed force, deeply conscious of its responsibility as an instrument of national policy. The Navy had a very humble beginning at the time of independence, with only few ships to guard our 7,516 kilometer coastline. Since then, we have matured into a capable blue water navy, largely due to the foresight and vision of our national leaders and realization of this vision by dedicated effort of the men of Indian Navy, be it those in uniform or their civilian counterparts. During the process of building up, the Navy faced many challenges, and we always responded to the nation's call in the most professional and exemplary manner, be it the liberation of Goa, the audacious missile boat attack on Karachi, prevention of coup in the Maldives, peacekeeping missions, maritime diplomacy, or rendering aid during natural calamities. The Navy has invariably ensured flawless execution of higher directives. The rapid deployment of our ships in the Arabian Sea during the Kargil misadventure and operational deployment during Operational Parakram after the attack on Parliament further reiterated the growing importance of the Navy to safeguard our national interests. In addition to our wartime role, the naval assets are also frequently employed to bring relief and succor to those in need during peacetime. The speed and alacrity of our response to tsunami, not only on our shores but of neighboring countries, was widely appreciated by the international community. In the recent past, ships of the Western Fleet were instrumental in evacuating our citizens and those of neighboring countries from the war zone of Lebanon. As the Navy enters a new age with new challenges, our missions are going to be more diverse and complex than ever before. The presence of powerful navies in the Indian Ocean is a direct fallout of the changing dimensions of warfare, wherein the focus has shifted to neutralizing the threats to a nation's security at the point of its origin. These complexities of geostrategic situation would throw further challenges for us, and we have to be ready for it anytime, anywhere. Towards this, I have directed my men to pull together with patriotism, professionalism, preparedness, physical fitness, and personal values as bedrock of all our actions. Jai Hind.
Shamno Varuna. May the Lord of the Seas be auspicious unto us. Western Naval Command presents Indian Navy in War and Peace.
The transformation of a small fleet of 26 coastal waterships to the modern blue water navy of today, with its operations spreading from the South China Sea in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, is a story of trials and tribulations in war and peace.
Indian Navy's founding fathers understood the importance of Navy for our country. Because of our vast coastline, widely separated island territories, and total dependence on sea for external trade. The foundation of modern Indian Navy was laid on the strong belief of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru as he spoke from the deck of INS Mysore in March 1958.
We cannot afford to be weak at sea. History has shown that whatever power controls the Indian Ocean has in the first instance India's seaborne trade at her mercy, and in the second, India's very independence itself. Pandit Nehru even sailed on INS Delhi in 1950 for a state visit to Indonesia to showcase the developing maritime capability of our nation. The ship acquisition plan formulated under his guidance in 1948 projected the need for two independent fleets for each coast, centered on aircraft carriers with over 300 shore-based and integral aircraft. For a country in its formative years, impressive acquisitions were made for the Indian Navy, some of which were veterans of the Second World War, including the famous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant.
The first test of the Indian Navy in battle came during the liberation of Goa in 1961. Indian Navy's armed fleet slipped out of Bombay harbour in complete darkness in the night of 17 December 1961. INS Delhi became the first Indian naval ship to fire its gun on an enemy ship. Accurate and lethal gunfire from the task force badly damaged Portuguese ship Albuquerque and destroyed many other patrol boats. The gunfire of the naval ships also helped the advance of the army units on land to capture the Portuguese citadel. The entire military operation for the liberation of Goa was completed within 40 hours.
The wars of 1962 and 65 reiterated the Navy's needs to enhance its role in the Indian Ocean, and the nation acquired state-of-the-art frigates, missile boats and submarines. (1971) conflict. These pictures depict the tyrannical rule of the West Pakistan over the East. West Pakistan embarked on a misadventure of unprovoked aggression on East Pakistan and India. The bubble finally burst on the 3rd of December 1971. India was forced to retaliate. The Navy was determined to employ a bold and offensive posture. The challenge that lay in front of our illustrious predecessors was clearly defined by the then Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Nanda, in his famous inspirational words signalled to the Navy. Pakistan has committed an unprovoked aggression against us, and our defence forces have been ordered to meet the challenge with full courage and determination. My objective is to search and destroy Pakistani warships, and along with sister services, to inflict maximum damage on the enemy war machines. No sacrifice should be too much for us. Let us write a new chapter in the history of our services. On the eastern seaboard, Vikrant, along with the Eastern Fleet, unleashed the power of her embarked flights of Seahawks and Alizés. The powerful fleet destroyed ships and craft totaling to almost 16,000 tons as the fleet established complete blockade in the Bay of Bengal. On the western seaboard, it was the courageous and daring operation of the 25th Missile Vessel Squadron which brought the enemy to its knees. In the dark of night, 3 missile boats crept up stealthily, hugging the Saurashtra coast. Their target, enemy citadel, Karachi harbour. Missile boats Veer, Nirghat and Nipat wrote their moments of glory by engaging enemy ships with surgical precision and setting Karachi ablaze. The task force commander summed up the glory and feelings of all Indians in this cryptic signal. This is the best Diwali we have seen. That historic night gives the origin of the celebration of 4th December as the Navy Day. The missile boats continued their daring attacks, and victory finally came when General A.A. Niazi signed the Instrument of Surrender on 16th December 1971. The Indian Armed Forces had triumphed, and the Navy had secured a place in India's glorious history and in the hearts of Indian people. During the period after 1971, the Navy grew in stature and continued to build its indigenous shipbuilding industry. Our shipbuilding industry lived up to its reputation and delivered the most potent ships to have been built by any developing nation.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Indian Navy's deployment was first tested during Op Pavan in Sri Lanka. The Navy was first to be deployed as part of the IPKF. The Naval Commandos made their debut during this operation, as the small potent force was then baptized by fire by participating in 55 combat operations in its very first year of inception. In low-intensity maritime operations, the Navy has proved its prowess all along the coastline and the island territories. Our blue water and quick response capabilities were adequately proved during the rescue of hostages taken by insurgents in the island of Maldives. Op Cactus demonstrated India's capability of quick projection of naval power.
The Indian Navy has also played a stellar role in providing humanitarian aid within as well as outside the country. The Gujarat cyclone of 1998, the Orissa cyclone of 1999, the Gujarat earthquake in 2001 saw the Navy at the forefront of relief activities. We have also provided humanitarian aid to our maritime neighbors when struck by natural calamity. Asia will never forget 26 December 2004 when a tsunami struck our shores. Our Navy was the first to reach the affected areas, including our neighboring countries. We provided medical stores, relief material and manpower to the affected areas. The strategy was to provide immediate relief and response, followed by temporary rehabilitation.
Navies all over the world are tools of international diplomacy. Our international efforts have resulted in building bridges of friendship across the world. The Indian Navy's International Fleet Review in February 2001 was one such endeavor to reach out to 30 friendly nations. The blue water capability, sustainability and reach of the Indian Navy makes it an ideal instrument of foreign diplomacy as we operate jointly with navies of all maritime nations of the world to develop interoperability and understanding. Operation Rajdoot in 1986 to evacuate Indian nationals from South Yemen. Op Muffet in 1992 for peacekeeping operations in Somalia. Op Sagittarius, wherein our ships provided escort to US flagged tankers and submarines in the Malacca Straits in 2002. Seafront security of Mozambique in June 2004 for the World Economic Forum have amply demonstrated the international character of the Indian Navy. In order to pursue our international efforts and commitments, one of the most recent operations undertaken by the Indian Navy is Op Sukoon, when the Navy evacuated personnel from strife-torn Lebanon.
The three dimensions of the Indian Navy are ever prepared to take on any adversity. Flexibility in operations, reach, poise and versatility of the modern Indian Navy are its trademark characteristics. The silent service has spoken with its deeds over an entire spectrum of activities and is today recognized the world over as a force to reckon with.